Hello and welcome everyone to Free School Guru. In the last lesson, we learned about present perfect continuous tense. And in today's lesson, we're going to focus on past perfect continuous tense. And then we'll have one more part of the tense remaining, which will be future perfect continuous tense. So let's talk about past perfect continuous tense. I'm sure by now you have an idea, given that we've already gone through present perfect continuous or progressive tense. How would a past perfect progressive tense look like? So in case of a past perfect continuous tense, we use this tense to express something that started in past and continued in the past till another time. Which means, so in case of present, we talked about, in case of present perfect progressive tense or continuous tense, we said that it is used to express an action which starts in the past but will continues till the point or till the time of talking, till the time of speaking, till the time of mentioning. But in case of a past perfect continuous tense, we express an action that started in the past and continued till another point in the past. So it does not continue till present. So it stops at sometime in the past. So let's write the definition first, and then we'll learn it more with the help of few examples. Used to express an action that started in the past and continued until another time in past, which means it started in the past and we tell that it progressed and then it finished in the past as well, right? So we can also say does not continue till present. So this is the main difference between past and present perfect progressive tense. Okay, so let's take an example. He had been working hard on this for a year. Okay, so it basically means the person had been working on something. So he started working on something and he continued working on it for a year. And that year is a past year. That year is not a present year. Okay, so same rule. So let's get the rule first. So rule remains same. So in case of past, in case of present perfect, we used has and have. In case of past, we'll use had been plus root form of the verb with ing. Had been working, had been running, had been studying, had been eating. So these are all examples of past perfect continuous tense. Now let's take the help of few examples, in situations where you can use. So for example, I can say they had been running for 2 hours before rain came down. Let's write a few examples and then we'll explain it more. John slept early because he had been working all day long. Okay, now So this talks about the duration. So duration that started in the past and it happened and it finished in the past. So the duration of the action was in the past. So if we try to explain, in the first one we said, let me pull the pencil and then I can explain. They had been running, okay, so which meets the rule, okay, using the rule, had been running for 2 hours. This is the duration. So they had been running for 2 hours. When? Sometime in the past, before rain came down. Okay, so there are two actions. So an action started in the past, continued for 2 hours, then another event happened, which is a rain came down and the action stopped in the past. So all happening in the past, but we are using past perfect tense to elaborate the action, the progress of the action. So when we say they had been running for 2 hours, we are saying that this action went on for 2 hours in the past, and then another action happened in the past, which is rain came down and the action stopped. So everything happening in the past. Okay. So this is, remember, this is duration. Okay. Now next one, John slept early because he had been working all day. Okay. Now what actions are here? So this is one act. So in case of this sentence, this is action 1 and this is action 2. In case of second sentence, John slept early, definitely happening in the past. So action 1, because he had been working all day long. Okay, so this is action number 2. So both the actions are in the past. One action started and it stopped because of the other action, right? And both were completed in the past. So this is an example of a past perfect continuous tense. Now in some books or in some places you will also say that we also use past perfect continuous tense to use the cause and effect. Okay, so when you say cause and effect, what do you mean by cause of effect? So let's take an example. Jack failed in exams because he had not been studying. Let's take another one. He lost weight because he had not been eating properly. Okay, so now if you look at both these examples, there is a cause and a effect, and we're using a past perfect continuous tense or progressive tense to express that cause and effect. Now in case of, and there's also, so it's not just had been studying or had been eating, we're using not, which means, you know, it's a negative sentence. When we use not, it negates the sentence. So Jack failed in exam. So now this is important. When I say Jack failed in exams, this is one event because he had not been studying, right? So again, both the actions happened in the past, but one action happened because of another action. So one event happened because of the other event. So action and event, they both can be used interchangeably. So failing in exam happened because of not studying, and both the actions were happening in the past. Similarly, next one, he lost weight because he had not been eating properly. Similar thing, right? So lost weight, one event, not been eating properly, second event, and both of them are happening in the past. He lost weight because he had not been eating properly. So I hope it makes sense now, right? So very easy to understand. If you understand the progressive nature of these events, it's easy to understand how would a past perfect continuous look like, how would a present perfect continuous look like, and how would a future perfect continuous tense or progressive tense look like, which we will capture tomorrow, which we'll learn tomorrow. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any questions, please leave comment on my website and I will address those. Okay, have a good day. Bye bye.